Now, you've seen it on social media and you've probably heard it from your friends. It's definitely taking over Hollywood, leaving fans guessing which celebrities are on it. Ozempic, a drug used in treating diabetes, is the trendiest game changer in weight loss. But this Hollywood favorite is not so elusive anymore. Ads selling self-administered Ozempic pop up everywhere. But the question is, how does it really work and what are its dangers? Now, to help us out, we have here with us in the studio endocrinologist Dr. Fojas. Good morning, Doc. It's a beautiful day.
Good morning, Paula, Ann, and Monique.
Good morning. So, Doc, we've talked about it. I said it on my intro. I see it all the time on my ads on Instagram and Facebook, all these self-administered weight loss Ozempic that you can literally buy and inject yourself. A lot of my friends are taking it. They're calling the drugstore, hey, do you have Ozempic? And they literally just pick it up like it's just Tylenol or something, correct? So first of all, for our viewers, how does Ozempic work and what is Ozempic?
Okay, Ozempic is an analog, so it's similar to a substance that's also in our bodies. It's called a glucagon-like GLP-1, okay? Glucagon-like peptide 1 receptor. It's you have it in your body, but its lifespan, it's a half-life. It's only about a couple of minutes, and the mode of action is that it prolongs the life of your own insulin. Precisely, if you saw the ad earlier, so it's a prescription drug.
Yeah.
Keyword, prescription.
Prescription drug, and it is mainly for those with diabetes. So you can't just get it over the counter. So that is the reason why we have to stress it out that it is for those with diabetes who are obese.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with other risk factors. Again, so what you see in online is if it's not Ozempic, it is not FDA approved. So Ozempic is the only semaglutide that is approved in the Philippines for diabetes. If there's another drug, it's the one for weight loss with or without diabetes. It's called Wegovy. It's also semaglutide, but it is a higher dose.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So, ako personally, I don't have Ozempic on my algorithm kasi so I don't see it on my social media. I don't know about you, Mo, but but then when we're talking about
No, because my friends have done it, Doc. I'm not gonna say who. So I was so interested because grabe their weight loss, Doc, and I'm also trying to lose weight, so that's why.
That's super interesting kasi you mentioned it's specifically for obese patients or people with diabetes. So what makes it specifically for those who have obesity problems as well?
Okay. It's in the mode of action. So it's a very good drug because it delays gastric emptying time, which means that you feel full earlier and longer. And it also has some effects on the appetite. So it works in the brain, in the appetite center of the brain.
Okay.
That is why you feel the hunger less. So that's how it works. However, remember I said, slows down the gastric emptying time. So in a lot of obese individuals, a lot of them would also have gastroesophageal reflux disease. Yung GERD, no? So medyo, yung iba, the tendency is they have nausea and vomiting. So nakakatakot yon. It can actually tear your esophagus. Or,
Oh, really?
Yes, you can go to the emergency. And also, for those who have gallstones, no, medyo you have to be careful because you can have cholecystitis. So, pwedeng magkaroon ng bumara yung bato lalo. So, you have to undergo surgery. So, it's really not for all individuals who are obese, but that is the reason why it is a prescription drug. You have to go to the doctor. You have to have baseline workups before you even try this. So, it is not supposed to be self-prescribed.
Yeah,
So,
it's so scary.
Everywhere you can actually order it. They send it to your homes, and you can self-administer. They probably just do teleconsult and then advise you where to inject it and everything. I'm wondering, we were talking about this earlier, Doc, right? If you don't have diabetes and you take this drug, mainly just for weight loss, what is going to happen to your body?
Oh, you might get disappointed because there are certain rules or there are certain parameters that are taken into account by the physician before this is given to you. But however, if you unscrupulously use it, so there's a tendency for you to have hypoglycemia, babagsak yung blood sugar mo.
Right.
So the others would actually have headaches and vomiting, and they don't know why. Yung pala, kasi yun nga, no, hindi mo alam na gutom ka na. That's how it works eh. So,
Yeah.
lalo na pag nag-hypoglyce. So that's how it works. So they keep on vomiting, nausea, and then they get admitted in the ER. Yung pala, it's drug-induced. So it's dangerous. You can actually have renal failure because of the water loss. And sometimes they would have diarrhea that's uncontrolled. And you have kidney failure. You can also have liver, yung gastroesophageal reflux. So again, I
Right.
said na pwedeng magkaroon ng ulcers and all.
Yeah.
So you can be admitted before.
I
because of
heard
that.
too, Doc, that if you take Ozempic, because I did do my research, like I said, because I was really looking into it, I'm not gonna lie. So that's why this is so interesting to me. I heard for women too, it can cause fertility issues as well.
Oh no, it's very good for those who have PCOS.
Oh, really?
There's an ongoing study
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
that because a lot of individuals with PCOS are also obese. So that is
Yes.
actually bad. And the trend right now is that you address obesity, so that root cause of a lot of chronic illnesses. So the tendency is that you decrease the risk for diabetes, you decrease the risk for cancers, decrease the risk for hypertension and high cholesterol levels. So it is a very good drug for the proper individuals.
And if used
Right,
properly.
Yeah, you know, Doc, some people are looking at Ozempic and saying like, oh, pang weight loss yan, not really for, like, the diabetes almost becomes secondary. But then, the weight loss is the side effect rather compared to the actual intended result. Tama po ba yan?
Oh, not really. So the weight loss is the way to go for you to control the blood sugar. So
okay,
that's
yeah.
the reason why we use Ozempic. But again, it is not for all individuals with diabetes because right now there's another research. It's a publication that came out that some individuals would actually have irreversible blindness, no? So
Really?
yes, kasi nagkaroon ng what do you call non-arteritic ischemic ophthalmopathy. So what happened is that nagkaroon ng blood clot doon sa blood vessel. So these individuals are the obese males who are smokers, hypertensives, and again, this is not for individuals who have super duper high glucose levels. So these, we prefer still to give insulin to those who have high blood glucose levels who would not respond to oral medications because Ozempic will not decrease the blood sugar as much as insulin would.
Yes.
And if you give that, baka mag-tendency magkaroon sila ng blindness. No? So hindi pwedeng ganon.
Yeah, and I heard also, Doc, when you stop taking Ozempic, so for those people who are taking Ozempic for weight loss, they gain everything back, correct? Because they stop eating, and then their body basically bounces back, and they gain the weight again.
That's a problem pag hindi unscrupulous ga yung use, no?
right.
So it's
Yeah.
not supposed to happen like that. In a lot of cases, if you give Ozempic for about a couple of years, 1.5 to 2 years, no? So when you try to withdraw it, you withdraw it slowly, not sudden. Kasi ang tendency, you gain 2/3 of the weight you lost. Up to 2/3. But yung iba, nagre-rebound even more
Yeah.
than
Right.
their previous weight because they're not guided. And ang mahirap dyan, if you just keep on using and you have sudden weight loss, you lose hair.
Lose hair.
Oo, you lose hair.
That is a scary
you
side
lose hair,
effect.
and then even among the mga actors and actresses, you notice, nag-Ozempic ito. Kasi you see it in their faces. Yung sudden weight loss, they don't give time for the skin to adapt. So, nagkakaroon sila
Right.
nagsasaging.
Yeah.
So, it's
Yes.
not a nice way to lose weight.
Yeah.
What do you think, Doc, is going to happen if this drug is normalized in our society? You
Or
know,
has it already been normalized?
No, it's not. It's a prescription drug, okay? And it's very expensive. It's about more than 7,000 pesos a month. So,
Yeah.
and sometimes bigger individuals would need higher doses.
Right.
So it's not supposed to be normalized, and it's not normal for you to be taking any drug for that matter. So what I do to my patients is that, okay, while you have funds for your Ozempic, you have to adapt. So you have to do your lifestyle changes, because otherwise, if we try to withdraw it, baka mag-rebound ka.
Right,
So
right.
sayang ang ginastos mo. So it's not supposed to be normalized. It's a drug.
Right.
Period.
Yes.
So yun.
So if you are taking Ozempic, you don't just fully depend on the drug. You have to make lifestyle changes as well,
Definitely.
right? So that is what you advise your patients.
Definitely, because you have to get used to like eating vegetables every time, because it makes you feel fuller. So that later on, when we try to withdraw the drug, you won't rebound to the previous weight or even more than that. And that's what's happening to those who were ill-advised.
Yeah.
Well, for people who are interested in losing weight, right, obviously Ozempic's not the way to go. What other drugs do you recommend for them to take? Or if not drugs, like we mentioned, lifestyle changes, what are your thoughts and
Yes.
tips on that?
Of course, lifestyle first. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Always,
because
the
otherwise,
holistic way.
useless ang gamot. Okay, so what's happening is that definitely for exercises, no, especially among women reaching their menopausal stage, okay, perimenopause, you do your exercises more, because when you reach menopause, even among males, when you reach andropause, you lose muscles. You have sarcopenia. And if you lose muscles, nagsasag yan, and then the tendency is you become at risk for diabetes, etc., because you don't get to use the energy that you have been taking.
Yeah.
So you try to build up, it's not just aerobic exercises, you build up muscles through resistance training.
Yeah.
So at least 3 times a week, no? So again, for the diet, of course, definitely, kalahati ng plato, gulay all the time, because it makes you feel fuller. Sorry, but we are not encouraging keto diet, especially among those on injectables,
Okay.
because they can have you glycemic diabetic ketoacidosis. So pwede silang ma-admit, no? Acidotic yung blood nila, so pwedeng mag-kidney failure and heart failure, heart attack. So we do not advise keto diets to these individuals on the injectable.
Okay.
Okay, meaning Ozempic.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there are other drugs kasi.
I
so
see, I
there's
see.
Just any
the
weight loss
first
drug.
one that came out is liraglutide, but it's injectable daily.
Yeah.
And then with Saxenda, that's the brand, you get to lose about 10 to 12% of your baseline body weight. And then for Ozempic, it's about 15%. And there's an upcoming drug. It's also injected once a week. It's tirzepatide. Wala pa sa Pilipinas.
Okay.
It's going to be more expensive, definitely, because the weight loss there, it's reaching yung bariatric surgery, no? It's about 22%
Wow.
of your baseline body weight. So, but it's going to be more expensive. It's not in a pen. In the Philippines, it won't be in a pen, but it might be in a vial. Because
Oh,
ang
so you have to-
tagal-tagal if you get it in a pen form na 1 pen a week. So
Yeah.
unlike yung Ozempic, 1 whole pen is for 1 month. That's 4 shots.
Okay.
But it's in other countries, the tirzepatide is 1 pen a week.
Okay.
So, and how do you dispose of them? It's another plastic, no? So it's not that great. So
Yeah.
we use vial. And when you submit to the FDA, you also submit kasi the device. Kaya mas matagal ang approval. Anyway, that's on the side. Tirzepatide, wala pa sa Pilipinas, but it's more effective. Again, it's approved for those with obesity and diabetes in the Philippines. Hindi pa mainly obesity lang.
Yeah. That's super interesting. Some people also complained when you take a look at when they use Ozempic, when they use injectables, na minsan yung personality nila naapektuhan daw. They lose their spark, they lose their...
Gutom kasi.
Gutom kasi, right? That's it! You're exactly what I was thinking! Gutom kayo!
You're hungry. You need energy. You need sustenance.
Kasi nga, hindi sila na-advise on
Yeah.
how to
Yeah.
manage the diet.
Exactly. Diba when you're hungry, you get hangry?
Yes. Nakita namin yan sa ibang patients. Pumunta na lang sa amin suddenly as the endocrinologist. Kasi nga parang, sinubukan mo na pala. So it's not like that. So you have to advise a patient on which foods to eat.
Right.
Para hindi sila gutom agad.
Yeah.
Right, yes.
And hindi talaga pwede kung yan lang yung injectable for those who have diabetes and super high sugar, kasi hindi maa-address yung sugar in itself.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Now, Doc, how is taking Ozempic for a person who doesn't have diabetes affecting the diabetic community? Because it's so hard for them to get this drug, right? Because people are taking it for weight loss.
Nako, thank you for that question. Kasi it's very difficult for our patients who really need this. No? So it decreases their risk for heart attacks, decreases the risk for renal failure and heart failure for that matter. And it's not available because some people are using it just for weight loss.
Yeah.
But our patients with diabetes need it more.
Yeah.
Right.
So please, there are other ways for you to lose weight, but you just have to consult because there are certain parameters that may not have been investigated on.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
right.
probably not just your eating, no, or less of the exercise. It's probably other hormonal problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and these hormonal problems will be addressed with other medications and not just Ozempic. It's not a wonder drug.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right,
it
right.
has indications. You need a prescription. You need a doctor for this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, we
Man.
learned a lot today.
Yeah, you know,
I know.
I could only
Yeah.
imagine. Doc, how excited are your patients when you say, oh, kailangan mo mag-Ozempic? Na-excite ba sila?
Hindi.
Because it's expensive.
It's expensive, promise. Yes.
Oh, that's
and
so
it's expensive,
funny.
and then for some of them, they get disappointed because they do not achieve the weight loss. So what is significant weight loss? It's about 5% of your total body weight within 12 weeks. So which means that
Yeah.
if within 12 weeks or 3 months, if you do not achieve the 5%, it's not effective. So that's how that's how it is supposed to be. However, so in some individuals, they don't know that. So they keep on using it and then parang ang dami na nilang ginastos and without achieving anything.
I get you.
Right.
Oh, that's so funny.
So, Doc, we have so many more questions for you, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, we don't have time. For our viewers who have more questions and want to ask you directly, where can they find you?
Okay. I have my clinic at Manila Med, and I also see admitted patients in the Philippine General Hospital. But they can contact my secretary. My
Secretary.
secretary, Ethel, at 0917-871-3477. Also, you can follow me at TikTok and Facebook. But in TikTok, it's doc.mia, DOK.MIA. And I'm starting on dyslipidemia in cholesterol levels, but not yet on the weight. But we'll discuss the weight later on.
Well, thank you so much, Doc. We learned
Thank you,
so
Doc
much with
Mia.
all the false information and all that. Thank you for teaching us today. Everybody,
enlightened.
yup, endocrinologist
Yes.
Dr. Mia Fojas. Thanks,
Thank you
Doc.
so much.
Thank you, Doc.